Daredevil's most disturbing villain. Let me explain. Many of you may know the Spot, a character who can teleport himself and others around him using spots which act as portals. However, we should be glad that the character is a typically sillier villain and just mostly unserious, because in Daredevil issue 19, we get to see a much darker use of his powers. During this arc of Daredevil, a mysterious organization attempted to weaponize the Spot and failed, so they turned to a criminal who was an expert smuggler. The organization then put this criminal through the same process that gave the Spot his powers, which now created the Coyote. The Coyote had all the same powers as the Spot, but utilized them in much worse ways. Initially, it only seemed like he used them to terrorize Daredevil, like putting the remains of Jack Murdock in Matt's desk, making Matt's ex-wife appear in his home when she should be at a mental facility, and even taking Daredevil's billy clubs as he jumped off of a building. All of these things were done to make Daredevil think he had gone crazy, but eventually he began to piece things together, causing the Coyote to kidnap him and remove his head from his body with a collar. Daredevil wrongly assumed that this was the Spot, but the Coyote monologued, revealing that gaslighting Daredevil wasn't the only thing he was doing with his powers. In fact, what he was doing was much worse. Using his experience as a smuggler, Coyote kidnapped people and sold them to various places around the world. But in order to make sure they wouldn't rebel, he used his powers to remove their heads from their bodies, which he then kept in a closet. Thankfully, Daredevil would manage to free everyone, including the Spot who was used to power the collars. However, Spot also turned into this terrifying thing and escaped with Coyote. The next time we would see Coyote would be in a Spider-Man comic where he was caught by the wall crawler and seemingly killed by the Punisher, which would have been a fitting ending for such a terrible character, but he unfortunately survived and is still out there somewhere.